Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Violet Hill Flower Company. I've gotten a lot of stuff planted at our new location, but I have not gotten my tulips planted yet. So that's what I'm going to do today. The soil that we have here is super gooey red clay. So I decided, since I don't have that many tulips because I don't have a cooler, separate story, that I'm going to plant my tulips in crates. So I bought some crates from my good friend Chris at Harmony Hill Nursery, and that's what we're going to do today. I also was gifted these beautiful amaryllis. Some of them are small, but I'm just going to plant them up and grow them on, and maybe some of the bigger ones I'll give as gifts for Christmas. But that's why these are here. We're going to plant some of these up too. So let's have at it. I could even plant them closer, but I have bags of 10, so 50 fits in here. That way I'm going to mark this with some painter's tape as to the varieties, and hopefully be able to keep track a little better of what works and what doesn't. I'll drag the hose over and water those in really well, and then I don't think I'll be watering them again. We've had a lot of rain here this fall, so they won't need, I don't think, very much more water. And also, because they're in crates, I have some hardware fabric that I can put over the tops to keep the squirrels from digging in them and any chipmunks. I don't even know if I have that issue here yet. I definitely had it at my other house. Darn things. You would get your things planted and then they're all pulled out. Annoying. But also, the other reason behind this is to be able to, back up. When we moved to this house, there's an old dog run over here, which we keep our dogs in the house, but it's all enclosed with a gate, which means I can keep the deer off of my tulips. I can just move them in there when they start, pushing out in the spring. So that's a win. We had multiple uses for it. My husband wanted dibs on it, but I got dibs on it too. So he wanted to use it for stacking firewood, but I think I'll win out because it's a little too far away from the house. I mean, if we had a ton of firewood and the excess was in there, it would be perfect for that. But I want to throw shade cloth over the top of it and be able to use it for hardening off seedlings in the spring. Like, I have many uses for it, and the fact that it just keeps the deer off of young babies, and like squirrels could probably get in through those holes, but I don't think rabbits could. Baby ones could. Anyway, thoughts. Those are my thoughts. While I was at the big box store, they had really inexpensive tulips, which I like to get the fancy ones, but they had 2 bags of pink tulips. Who doesn't love pink tulips? So I have to go grab those. Wish I remembered that before I packed all the soil on. That's okay. We'll make it work. All right, now I'm gonna go label the other ones that I already moved over there. Now I'll let you know what kind I planted. So on this one, I just planted, it was I can't really see that, but that's okay. 25 Angelique, and the rest were 10s. I ordered these from a co-op, perennial co-op, and that's just the way they came. All the other ones came in bags of 10, but that Angelique was 25. So it was 10 Aveyron. There's a Y in there. I don't know how you say that. Aveyron. These are the ice cream ones that are like pink with the white fluffing out of the top. These were the box store ones, just Mystic Van Eyck, plain pink. And then over here, that's the dog run I'm talking about. It still needs cleaned up, and it is also encased in a poison ivy forest, which I have to get at in the next week. That back, let's see, yeah, that back stump back there in the back is all poison ivy. In the front, right here is Japanese, that honeysuckle, I can't remember the name of it, but it grows, you know, it's really strong and, you know, kills your trees and everything. So I have to have at that. But anyway, here's the other ones. I've got, these are all, the first three are parrots. So this is DJ Parrot. I don't even know what color that is. It was a substitute for something that I had ordered. Parrot Lady, I forget what color she is. Salmon Parrot is salmon. Akibono and Black Hero. And Black Hero is beautiful, but it was also a substitute for something else that I ordered. But I'm sure I'll like this anyway. That's the one problem with the perennial, the co-ops. You can place your order, but sometimes things get substituted, so you have to be okay with that, which I am. It's fine. I'm happy to try new things. Behind here, I have, these are pussy willow plants that also from my good friend, Chris at Harmony Hill Nursery. And I bought them from him in plug trays last year. He was just looking to get rid of them. And I potted them up as 3s and 4s in here. I also gifted a couple of buckets full because I'm going to have a lot. And when we moved here to this new property in, we closed in May, but we moved June 28th because the very next day I had my full knee replacement surgery. So my whole summer was trying to unpack, but not being able to spend a lot of time on my leg because of swelling and stuff, just recovering from the knee surgery, which is doing very well. It's not 100%, but it's doing really, really well. But I lost the whole summer of being home. You think, oh, I'm home, I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. But I just couldn't. It was very painful the first couple of weeks, which is normal. But you'd think, oh, I'm just going to sit and do stuff sitting, like plant seeds or do some knitting or crocheting or whatever. I couldn't even focus my attention on a task for very long because I was very uncomfortable. So obviously I was healing. It was something that needed done, so it was not wasted time. But when you look back, it feels like it was a lot of wasted time. So anyway, the pussy willows did not get planted because I wanted to be sure to plant them in the right spot. They need full sun, but they also, if you have a wet spot, it's a good place to plant these. And we've not lived here long enough to know where the wet spots are. I do have one wet spot. This is our new septic mound here. And when it rains, the water comes, because the property is kind of sloped this way. So it runs toward the septic mound and then runs around the side. But you can't plant things too close to your septic either. So I'm very aware of that. And I at that point in the in the summer, I hadn't even decided. I mean, I knew the planting area was going to be out back here, but I didn't know where my rows were going to be and how many there were going to be. And it's my first full year planting in a large space like this. So this spring is going to be a very big experiment, so that I know the following year if I need a lot more of something or a lot less of something, and I can totally expand rows out this way. I can even do behind the tractor, I can plant a couple rows here, because eventually, that's my neighbor's house back there, he's on a flag lot, but where those water tanks are is going to be the barn for the equipment in the future. So we don't want to go too many rows to the right of where the tractor is, but we can go down toward the left a good fair amount. Anyway, I haven't decided where to plant these poor pussy willows, which I'm very happy to have, but I just am trying to keep them happy and get them in the right spot. And the only reason they're in those raised beds was I had some things planted along the house, and the soil is awful. So I had those raised beds, so I just threw them in places and filled them with like garden soil, store-bought garden soil, so that I could plant some things. And that's all going to get spread and get mulch back there. But I just, laid these here to keep them out of the way and kind of round up the pussy willows. So, all right, friends, that's it for the bulb planting. That'll be about 100 bulbs, which is not very many if you're thinking about, bouquets and stuff. But they all come on at one time, and you can store them well in the cooler. But I don't have a cooler yet and all that, so I'm just growing them. I'll sell, what I have. We'll run out fast, but we'll have other things too. So not too worried about that. But I like the idea of the crates because I can manipulate and protect them better. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, friends. Have a great day. I'm going to get on I'll do a separate video for the amaryllis that somebody gifted me. See you next time. Bye.